welcome to Wednesday, April 5th, 2023 pre-market observation. Let's see, TLT. Let's start out with TLT. If you bought the dip between 105 and 104 area, good on you. We enjoy a nice bounce. I do have cover calls at 107.5 all the way up to 109. So I think for now that might be the top range in the short term. As you can see, people that bought up here over 108 has regretted for the past 6 months. All right, so there is no need to chase. No need to chase it. The Fed likely will pause. It does not mean that the rate cut is right after. It's all depend on the economic data. So as always, the impatient will sell and the patient will buy the dips, sell the rip. It is that simple. I am not adding or selling. I do have cover calls 107.5 all the way to 109. If TLT drop anywhere near 106 or below, then I will go back to sell naked puts at 104.5 and below. I do think the new range is likely be in this area. Can we fill the gap at 102.5? Maybe. That's where the last time I sold puts. Last week, 2 weeks ago, that's what I did. I sold puts between 104.5 all the way down to 102.5 to fill the gap. And I have about 8 puts that expire in the last 2 weeks below. Fine by me. I keep the money. Let's take a look at all the indices. It's near the top of the range. Be careful. Now is not the time to chase FOMO into the SPY. It is time to raise your stop at the minimum. Hopefully yesterday you raised your stop. If you didn't, at least use the low of Friday as your stop or low of yesterday as your stop. In case there is a market sell-off, then you can buy it back at the 50 MA. No need at all to give up 1.52% of your gain. QQQ, top of the range. Okay, I would say it's time to go. How high can we go? Can we go? Is there more room? As I discussed this already over the weekend review, yeah, there are some room above, but trim, raise your stop. Not the time to chase into the QQQ. Earning is right around the corner starting next week. Okay, so just be careful. Lastly, DIA, the Dow Jones ETF. Same thing here. You are at the top of the range, near the top. Okay, if you want to draw like a downtrend, you can even do that, right? You can either pick this or this one. Let's say you pick this one. 384, 340, what was it? 348.22, something like that, right? If you want to draw that, you can. So you're talking 1.5% ish, okay? Between 1.5% and 2% is the top range of the Dow. Energy. I spoke Friday about the pop in energy. Even Monday is a gift to sell. Hopefully you did. And it's time, to me, right now, the risk reward is not to be in energy because you get that nice gap. Most likely, it's not a heck of a lot of reward to stay long. Take your profit. We're at the top range of the trading range. Look, 70 on USO has been a tough area. It was support for the longest time. Okay, not anymore. Now it's the top of the range. It's time to go. Oxy, I got out completely, nothing there. Very happy with that decision. Yeah, now this old support could be the area of resistance. See, this was the channel low for the longest time. It wrote the channel, right? And then once it got to the bottom here, it struggled, and then it give. Once it fell out of the channel, it's tough to get back in there, right? So it trade sideways, downward for the past 3 months. Now it's back to the bottom of the channel where it could be resistant. So I would say it's a no touch. All right, no touch. The other energy play that I talk about, yes, I talk about time to go on LNG. Yes, it's time to go. Now, if you want to buy the dip, you could, but to me, I want to see what it's doing, if it can hold the channel, right? Because there are times where it fell out of the channel and went a lot lower, real quick. So it can, same thing can happen. But if you want to nibble, it's okay right here, right? But to me, I would rather stay out of it for now. With earning around the corner, CTRA, time to go. Okay, this has been the top area. It was support, as many things. Support turn into resistance. Can you run to 26? Yeah, but that's, you know, right now I would rather do nothing. Would I buy down here in the 22 area? Yeah, I'd rather buy there than buy up here and get hammered. No need to. Now, the one stock that I discussed yesterday with some people that I think is a good area to get in or to start to build a position is Valero. If you like oil refiner, gasoline, last I checked, gasoline is still pretty high. There's a fat margin in there for Valero. And if you like energy exposure and don't want to have exposure in USO or Oxy, Valero is a pretty sweet play right now. Can it get down to the 123 level? Yes, it can. I sold puts. I got 4 put spread yesterday that I put on between 127 all the way down to 124. I like this. Why 124? If you go into the weekly chart, you can see a very well defined trend here. See, look, the 50 MA, the 50 weekly moving average is riding this trend line, and it is around 124, 125 right now. So I like it. I like. I have 3 put spread. Well, I have 4 put spread. The lowest one is 124. The middle one is 125, and then the top one is 127, which is the riskier one. Depending on where Valero is Friday, I might close the 127 out for basically even or a little loss, but not going to be a money maker. But the 3 below should be money maker if it stay up here, right? But I like Valero here. Out of all the energy play, I like Valero more than many other play because of the technical analysis, because of the TA, the support. Let's take a look at Meta. Let's go to do the FANG. Okay, raise your stop. That's all you need to do, right? Raise your stop. Would I sell outright a whole bunch of share at between 221 and 236? Absolutely. Okay, that's the profit taking area. The 220, yeah, 221 and 236. I would sell at least 25 to 30% of my position up here. But for now, I have raised my stop to the low of Friday, right? Which is, I've been raising it slowly. At first, it was the 20 MA. I was using the 20 MA for the longest time until yesterday. I decided to move it up because it's just too far, too much of a distance between the 20 MA and the current price. That's $15. That's way too much. 7%. I'm not giving up 7%. I'm using Friday. Low is my stop for now. Microsoft, same thing. If you have it, it's time to go. Okay, there is not much left. You have roughly 2.5, 3% potential, and then the risk reward is just not to stay long in Microsoft, but raise your stop. The same can be said with many other tech stock. Google, I have not sell anything in a while, but if I see 106, 107, 108, if I see something up here, which right now in pre-market is 106, which is fine, but I probably will trim some from 107.5 to 108 in that area. I probably put a sell order in case there's a run up there. After I end the stream, I probably put in a limit order to sell at 107.5 on some share. Yeah, it's been a nice run, but it's hard to be in the area where you should start to look to trim. No doubt, trim into 115, right? If I sell any, it might be just like 5 or 10%, and then another 5 or 10% up here. And then once it's get into the channel, who knows? What would cause Google to get up there? Maybe in a couple of weeks when earnings come out, they announce more layoff. Yeah, they are lagging behind Meta on layoff news. Okay, so we all see what happened with Meta on layoff news. It ramped a lot higher. So Google just need to get on board with the program. Same thing with Amazon. Looking good. Okay, I have no exposure in Amazon right now. I've been selling puts here and there, but if you have it, certainly you should look to trim at 107-ish, right? Trim some into the resistance above. Look, last time, hammer. Last time, hammer. Okay, so don't be greedy. Trim some in case it get the same fate. Now, if Amazon come out with more layoff news, then yeah, that could be the catalyst that move it. All right, let's take a look at drug. I talk about J&J. Yeah, if you bought J&J down here, congratulations. I talked about that last week. Nice move. Nice move. And then the legal matter is resolved. They settled this morning. Guess what? If you have J&J, look to sell 166, between 166 and 168. Yeah, that's the time to go. But congratulations if you bought into J&J on this ugly downturn and the turn. I always love the turn when it breaks the 20 MA and the 20 MA is curling into the bullish trend, looking good. No need to sell here, okay? Sure, should you have trim up there? Yes, to protect yourself. But now with the positive news, catalyst, you can run. It can run. JSK, looking good, looking real good, okay? It was annoying to see this downdraft here, but then the whole pharma sector was selling off for most of February and March, right? We saw that, but now it is breaking out easily, holding it. I did not sell any, but now you are getting into the area that if I see 37, I'm trimming, okay? I thought about selling some yesterday, but I said, no, I think sometimes it's hard to let the winners run. Sometimes I am guilty of taking profit too early, but I did. I thought about taking a profit at the gap fill right here. when it crossed 36, but because of the strength of the move at the gap fill, I said, why not? Let's hold on to it. So I broke one tiny rule there as far as not being disciplined on selling on the gap fill. A lot of time when I break the rule, it came back to haunt me later. But for now, I'm okay. But if I see anything near 37, I will sell some. Okay, for sure, I'm selling a whole lot, at least 1/3 of my position. If I see anything near 38, I'm not gonna make the same mistake last time. Okay, so I would trim a little bit. If I see something higher today, like near the 37 area, and then for sure near 38, I'm taking 1/3 off the table. But it's looking good. Money flow is going back into pharma. Same thing with Pfizer. Nice move here, nice turn, right? Would I trim some? If I see 41, I will have an order up there at the 41.8 in case we see a wick up there. And if we break this and there are momentum back into pharma, can we see Pfizer up there at 45, 46? Absolutely, absolutely, right? Yeah, it make it worth buying all the way down. It was ugly to keep averaging in. Eli Lilly, what a move, okay? I'm telling you, if you're a trader and you see a turn, a breakout over the 20 MA, usually you see a prolonged big move, okay? I like this, okay? So if you have Eli Lilly, yeah, for many people that follow me, yeah, we bought Eli Lilly. It was ugly. It was real ugly for 2 weeks. Real ugly. And then boom, we got rewarded, okay? So I still have 60, 67%, roughly 2/3 of my position as I have trimmed since we get into the 320s-ish level. But I still have 2/3 of my position, and most likely I will raise my stop. Where? I will use the 100 MA as my stop. Okay, for now, I'm okay right there with my stop and let it run. Can it run to the all-time high? For now, I think the area that I would look to trim is up here, not the all-time high. That's a crazy candle. Okay, ignore this crazy candle. To me, the area where I would pay attention is 369 to 370. Between 369 and 375 is the area where I would trim at least a third of my remaining position, if not half of my remaining position, because that's the area where I think sellers are going to step in, right? If you ignore this crazy week, that's the area where it was pretty toppy last time. So same thing here, from 369 to 375, it is a trim area for sure. I talk about Amgen, same thing, right? It's like a broken record. If you see the turn, the breakout over the 20, it's a great time to buy, right? And yeah, same thing here. The chart is, I talked about Amgen, was it 2 weeks ago? Or at least 10 days ago? Yeah. If you bought into it, congratulations. Beautiful. XBI, I like it here. I like it here. Okay, anything below 75 in the 74 area, I think it is worth selling puts and nibble some share. I like it. This has been an area that have decent support. The risk reward is there to go long here. If you buy between 74 and 75, there is a potential 10% move. I like it. I like that kind of risk reward. TGT, let's take a look at retailer. I like Target, but not here, all right? I like Target down here. I talk about Target for a long time. Now is the time to trim, to set your stop. The time to buy, sell put is down here, 160. Anything near 160, I will be selling 155 puts, right? And nibble some share below 160. Right now, it's not worth adding or chasing into it. Costco. Let's go take a look at Costco. Costco, you should look to trim, right? Use your stop, raise your stop into the 50 MA, okay? Raise it, because if this thing fail, you can see 487 real quick. And if I see 487, in fact, I'm gonna put an alert here so that I know. At or below sell puts. If it retreat to the 20 MA, I would likely to sell puts again in the 475-ish range down to 460. Yeah, but for now, right now, the risk reward is not to be in Costco or Target and even Walmart. I don't like it here. Okay, I like Walmart down here. I talk about it. Not now. Okay, not now. Now is not the time to add in. Now is the time to trim, set your stop, so that you don't give up way too much of your gain. If you bought Walmart down here, if you bought Walmart in the 140 and below, it's time to go. Right? It is. LH. If you have LH on a nice turn, look to sell, trim above 234. Okay, you have a lot of resistance up here, so look to trim. DGX, same thing, look to trim up to 145 level. What a nice move, right? For those that follow me, we waited patiently for DGX to retreat, and we did. It retreat to the area where I thought was worth buying in the low 130s. Yeah, and now we got the reward, but it's time to go. Raise your stop to the 50 MA, look to exit 145. If you want to, hold some in case it go higher, sure, but at least take half off the table up here. What else? I talk about transport, CSX. Once again, like in many things, nice bounce, but it's time to take your profit. Okay, time to look to sell into the resistance above. No need to chase here. The time to buy was last week, 2 weeks ago. The time to trim is this week. Into earning, raise your cash. UPS, same thing. I didn't like UPS. Okay, I have not liked UPS and not touch it. And there's no way I'm touching it. I'm waiting for the gong show. When I get the gong show down here, then I will get into UPS and FedEx. For me, there's no way I'm chasing into this hot sector. No way. No way. Okay, if you're in it, congratulations. You should set your stop, trim. If you have FedEx, oh my goodness, you need to be vigilant to trim at 235 level. Okay, don't be greedy. No way would I want to chase into here for now. Okay, so be mindful. Lockheed Martin, oh, what a move. I trim a lot. What would I do here other than set my stop? Where would my stop be? My stop, well, look from right now, look like it might go lower, but that was a day to sell. I sell Friday, I sold yesterday, and I would likely exit completely. I had my stop low of day yesterday, so depending on where it is, it could take me out of the position completely, and I'm fine with that. It has been a great trade. When Goldman Sachs and a bunch of other firms downgrade defense last month, since Christmas, they have a bunch of downgrade. Yeah, that was the time to get in, even as low as 470-ish. But now it's time to go. It's near the top of the range. There's no need to be greedy here. Okay, no need. MLM, I like it here. Okay, it's tough to play MLM because they don't have weekly options, but the right time to buy was, of course, 2 weeks ago. Nice run. I still have a little bit left. I sold most of it. I sold 2/3 of my position. I should have set my stop. I make a mistake not setting my stop at up here. Once it moved below, I had a sell order in, but it never bounced to the point of the 350, 352. That's where my sell order was. So that was my bad. Okay, my bad was not raise my stop to the low of day on Monday. That was my bad. I trimmed some, but I should have raised my stop as well. But now, I depend on what's happened the first 15-30 minutes. I will decide what to do as far as either blow out the position and buy it back down here in the 340 area. But I think the move is done for now for MLM. The risk reward is not chasing it. The same can be said with VMC. If you have VMC, I wait down here. Okay, if it breaks the 20, then I will throw in a few orders at the 164, 165 level. I like it down there, but not right here. Right now, it's not the time to chase it. Is that? Oh, let's end with medical device. I like ABT, Abbott, right? I talk about Abbott, about adding to Abbott. I did. Finally, I was able to double up my position on Abbott. I'm glad I did before this crazy move. Nice bounce, right? But would I trim some up here? Yes, I will have an order at 103.5-ish, okay? That would be the area where I might trim, say, 10% of my position, and then another 15% up here at 105, right? And then maybe another 25% up here. So yeah, it's starting to get into the area where I should take profit, right? If you buy down here, you can't be too greedy on a 10% pump, okay? There's a 5% pump, there's a 5% move into this, and then for sure, once you get to the 100 MA, I should be at least 1/3 out. And then if it can run anywhere near 112, you bet I'd be 75% out. But nice move. I'm glad I got in. I've been looking to get into, add more to Abbott for a while. EW, I trimmed some. I will trim, I trim 5% of my position so far. And I will look to trim at least 1/3 in the 84 range. Okay, anything above 84.4, I'm trimming. Okay, look, last time it was here, it's in the same area between 84 and 85 is an area where it got a sell off last time. So same thing. Okay, I'm not gonna make a mistake of not trimming more like last time. Last time I trimmed some, I should have trimmed more, and then I had to deal with this downdraft. It's ugly when you go from 84 all the way to low 70s. Yeah, that's ugly. I'm not gonna make the same mistake. I will trim more this time between 84.4-ish to 85. I would trim more like 1/3, if not a half of my position, so that if it does the same thing, then I at least don't feel dumb to not trim. But I like EW for sure. I like Abbott the most out of all of them. Last one for the day, Medtronic, which I like. I did add. I have been adding still, and I would still add if I see anything near 78-ish. I think what I would definitely add above the 20 MA. I need to see that it hold the 20. Okay, this one, the breakout over 20 didn't work. Okay, it failed. Now it came back in, and let's see if it can hold the line. If it can, I think it is a 5% move above. The risk reward is definitely stay long because there's not much downside, in my opinion, as far as Medtronic. 70 the 75-ish has been the strong support for the past 5 months, right? So there is downside risk, but to me, right now it's pretty much like even Steven as far as risk reward, right? I would like to buy a little bit cheaper into the 20 MA if it come down there and hold and then add to it. But yeah, I like it. I like it. Nothing to hate about that. Now, if you have ISRG, intuitive surgical, be careful. Okay, this one has struggle here, so you might want to set your stop using the low of day. It's so tight. I hate it when the stock is right at the moving average, right at support, because you can get blown out on a big move. So if you want to, wait until what it does in the morning, the first 30 minutes, and then set your stop. But if you get a sell-off, I would like to sell puts in the 240 area, 235 area down here, using the 20 MA as my protection. So if I sell puts, it'd be down here below the 50 and the 20 MA. And that's it for the day. Thank you for watching. Good luck trading. See you Sunday. Bye.